Shalom Yasha'Allah. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash, the Bonasai apostles and others of Great Millstone, who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that's pushing great gospel in sincerity and truth. This is your brother Tazakiah.
This your brother Shaki.
From the Great Millstone Synonaplis Camp, coming at you another lesson in the spirit, another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, and Lord willing to be edifying. Got an article here, I believe it's from End Time Headlines, and it reads, Rumors of War. Experts warn that Israel is preparing to go to war with Iran this summer. And this came out January 29th, 2023, the hopeful year that all these prophecies come to pass. And it reads, this stark prediction by experts, let's say 414, 144, Brakadai, how about your Shai? Say this stark prediction by experts comes as Israel and the U.S. signaled their preparedness last week with their largest joint military exercise in history. More than 7,000 U.S. and Israeli troops took part in exercise Juniper Oak. And the juniper go back to when Esau's up there in the mountains eating juniper roots. That stuck out to me there. But again, it says the plans exercise Juniper Oak, a live fire war game that boasted more than 140 B-52 bombers, fighter aircraft, and Apache gunships. It also involved 12 naval vessels, including a carrier strike group, high mobility artillery, rocket systems, and a multiple launch rocket systems. The week-long exercise, which took place 2 years after former U.S. President Donald Trump took the decision to include Israel in the U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM, envelope, was intended to give a robust signal to the Islamic regime, sources say. It follows two joint Air Force exercises with simulated strikes on Iranian nuclear facilities in November last year. Israel is also looking to buy new F-15X fighter jets from the U.S., giving it an extended strike range. It was also designed to assure regional allies such as Saudi Arabia and the Gulf states that the U.S. could engage militarily in the Middle East while still dealing with fast-moving situation in Ukraine. Officials from the Gulf Cooperation Council group of states were expected to be briefed this weekend on the exercise, and that assurance is key, said Middle East expert Catherine Perez Shakdam. As Israel seeks to build a coalition ahead of anticipated conflict, we know time is running out in terms of Iran's nuclear program, said Ms. Perez Shakdam of the Henry Jackson Society think tank. Israel is preparing for war. Senior IDF officials believe it will happen before summer. Last week, the Sunday Express reported Israeli concerns that Iran was now just weeks away from enriching its uranium stockpile to 90%, the level where a small amount quantity can feasibly be fitted into a nuclear warhead attached to a missile. And that's pretty much all going into that article, as it says, rumors of war. And we understand that goes in line with the scriptures, which we're going to start with. You got to let me get it.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead, bro. All
right. This is Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars.
Right. And this is what you're hearing. Hearing wars and rumors of war. Right now, this is a rumor. Speaking of, it may happen, in the summer, right? So ultimately, a rumor is something stated, but it hasn't been ultimately proven yet. So when it actually happens, then it was a truth versus a rumor. So that's why you're hearing these rumors of wars, right? You're hearing of saying these build-ups, these military war games, whether it be maritime, aquatic or land or air base, whatever the case may be. These are all builds up of what? Of war. Build up. That's the whole build up to go towards or trigger towards a war. Right, but even still, with that happening, it's showing preparation and preparedness. But until it actually happens, it's going to remain a rumor. But which we ultimately know that World War III in itself it's a rumor right now. But we also know that it's prophetic. It's a prophetic truth that's actually going to happen. In the time to come, or in the near future, actually. Right? You go ahead, bro.
Yes. See thee see that ye be not troubled.
Right, so if you understand that you're going to hear these wars and see these wars going on, whether it be proxy wars as well, you got the Ukraine-Russia thing, even, China against Taiwan, tensions against, like, Japan and stuff like that, the South China Sea, things in the Middle East that's going on, so forth and so on, all abroad ultimately, right? It's said that you're going to hear these things. So that's part of the prophecies of Yahweh Shemel Shai. People say, war been always going on and all this and that, but it's still part of the prophecies of Yahweh Shemel Shai, especially, this is talking about the end time wars that's going to happen. Right, and they say what? And see that you be not troubled. Because you're not supposed to be troubled, because why? That's what we're getting warned right now. Right? As the scriptures say, let us not sleep as do others. Saying the Lord has quickened us in the spirit, has given us his wisdom and understanding to understand and to see and perceive what's coming down the pipe, so to speak. So if you understand what's going to happen, like the Lord said, the Lord gave us a blueprint already, the playbook, why would you be troubled if you already know what's going to happen?
Appreciate.
The thing is, you need to, wait for it, because it shall surely come, as the scripture say it will. He said, God, quick. Go ahead, bro.
This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So, right, yeah, this wisdom and knowledge, of the scriptures, it's going to keep us stable in the times to come. Jacob's trouble, while America and Russia is going at it, we're going to know it's going to keep us stable because, it's all said in the scriptures, all right? So we're going to okay, these things are supposed to happen. So we shouldn't be, fearful, because we believe in the Lord, of course, if you're doing the things that's pleasing to the Lord, the Lord got you, all right?
Right. And like you said, that's how you're going to be stable, right? You ain't going to be bugging out, instability and, running around and pandemonium because why? The wisdom and knowledge. It didn't say your guns, your stockpile of food, right down the street, all this and that, your pounds and all. It didn't say all that is going to keep you stable. It said that the wisdom and knowledge will. So all that carnal stuff that a man may boast in or a woman may boast in that they got, I'm going to be cool, I'm going to be this and that. No, you're not. If you don't have the spirit of power you have by Shemel Shai with you, and that's going to be with those who he's supping with this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, being obedient to his will, Lord won't be of that number two, they going to have protection. They ain't going to have nothing to worry about. But as far as all of you others who's outside that, y'all got a big problem. Trust and believe that. And when the end all be all come, you're going to be put to death. Right? That's all you got on that, bro?
Yeah.
Okay, jump back to Matthew 24,
All right.
verse 6. It say, what we say? So it say, for all these things must come to pass, right? So that's what, like the bro brought out. We being fed this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, so we know it's going to come to pass. It's not going to be a surprise. It ain't going to catch us off guard. It ain't going to be like a thief in the night, because that's why the Lord supper with us and giving us the information and giving us this knowledge that it's going to happen. Whether you like it, whether you want it to or not. But we understand that the elect want this to happen because what? That draws us closer to the end that we, towards our salvation and the destruction of this current wicked rulership, right? And it says what? But the end is not yet. So even when you see these things going on, even when you see these things happen, what? The end is not yet. There's still more things to come. Not many more so major prophecies. It's just a few left, but there's still prophecies that's still, on the table, so to speak, that has to come to pass before the deliverance comes. Right?
I got something real quick.
Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 55:11. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the things where I sent it to, where I sent it. So the Lord say that America's going to be destroyed. America's going to be destroyed, all right, by the missiles, all right? The Lord said it's going to be Jacob's trouble in this land. It's going to be Jacob's trouble, all right? So it's not going to fail, all right? The things that he said in the scriptures, none of the things is going to fail, all right?
That's right. It's all going to come to pass.
That was it.
That was it, really. And really, we could, that's pretty much, I believe that was the point in Matthew 24. Right? Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
we go down to 7.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, verse 7. It say, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And this is an example. These nations are against each other. They've been adverse with each other. You know what I'm saying? The Iranians and Israel. You know what I'm saying? They've been against each other, right? For a great number of years, right? And then, like I said, kingdom against kingdom. So, like I said, even these other nations, even nations who actually are considered allies, they at odds with each other. So that's kingdom against kingdom and nation against nation as well. Again, these are all prophecies of Yahweh Shemashah. These are not just coincidences. No, these are all being put in motion through the Spirit, right? And then it say, and there shall be famines. Like I said, we know the people in the world who just, y'all just want to party and bullshit and be whores and jump from ride to ride and all this and that, or you want to smoke weed and do crack and all this madness, and man commit adultery. Y'all not paying attention to the famines and stuff like that. Y'all think it's going, but you know what? Y'all think everything's going to be all right, and it's not. Keep living it up. You think you're going to keep going down the street and, get a Big Mac sandwich, Big Mac, mocha, shake, whatever the coffee shit. You think you're just gonna be able to get that all day, every day? No. Going to Zaxby's and shit. No, you ain't gonna be able to be doing that. It's a famine coming, right? Pestilence are coming, right? Super bugs and stuff that ain't got no antibodies to fight against them, and then things that ain't never been heard of coming, and even things that were deadly are coming back. You're not gonna be able to fight that off because you're not gonna have the spirit of Yahweh Shemashai on you. And they say earthquakes in diverse places. As you can see, they had those major earthquakes that was in Turkey and Syria, and it's down there up to almost 30,000 people done got smoked by that, right? And it could be even more. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example. But earthquakes is going on in various places around the world, right? All this is tied to anti prophecy. They say all these are the beginning of sorrows. These are all the beginning of sorrows. These are all the beginning of bad times, of horrible times. That means what? It's going to get worse and worse as time progresses on. You said you had the precept? Go ahead, bro.
Second Esdras.
Ooh.
Second Esdras,
Salaki.
7:20.
Many shall perish.
Yep. For there be many that perish in this life, because they despise the law of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that is set before them. All right, and we know that the law, statutes, commandments is only given to Israel. All right, so many Israelites have died in this life because the Lord presented this truth to them, and they despised it. They talk stuff about it. All right.
Really, what the Lord did is set you up for a double portion of destruction, because they say once you knew, if you just know you're an Israelite and this is the way you're supposed to live, or you was with somebody who was teaching the correct way and you chose to forsake that and go another way or do your own damn thing still, man, you still was given the knowledge of it. That's why the scripture saying, Peter said it was better for you not to know the way of righteousness. Right, you should have stayed a nigga. You should have stayed a whore. But whatever the case may be, slut. You should have stayed all that any damn way. Because now what? More coals gonna be heaped unto you. You're gonna receive double stripes for that. So, like he said, many gonna perish. A lot. He said many have already died. Many more gonna die in the time to come. Trust and believe. Like, think about it. Just in Babylon the Great, aka America itself, they say the whole complete 7,000 men shall be slain. That's a complete number. Everybody in America is going to die that is not of the elect. Everybody, like every single person. So let's put some numbers in perspective. Not numbering the elect or nothing, but it's 330 million people. Let's just say take 1/3 of that number. Say those gonna be saved. It's still over 200-something million people gonna be killed. Like, period. Like, it ain't gonna, like, they're done. The people, the 2/3, you wicked Jakes and wicked women, even your wicked ass kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all finished. The heathens don't care about them, but they gone too. You're gonna die the death of the uncircumcised. You're gonna get the same judgment as Esau, Edom. And again, like, you people who knew and forsook the way, or forsook the men, or hey, you could have been a woman who was believing in your man forsook you. Even that too, because you try to be, righteous and serve him as, your Lord, to the best of your ability, so to speak, and he forsook you. Man, y'all finished. Man, the scripture speak about y'all not having no damn hope. Like y'all have no hope. You literally just sit here waiting to get smoked. But the same people think, y'all been saying this, or y'all that, or you this, or y'all that. Guess what? Keep that same energy. Right? That's what verse 21 say, bro.
Verse 21. For Yahweh Shem Yahushua had given straight commandment to such as came.
Right, it was a straight commandment given to you, right? To such as came. Go ahead.
What they should do to live.
What you should do to live. And that way was what? Follow the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability. That's how you show that you love Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But all y'all really hate him, because it say those that hate me He that sinneth against, he say, him that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. Those that hate me love death. Proverbs 8. So how you show that you hate Yahweh Shema Shai? By casting off his commandments. I'm gonna do my own damn thing. To hell with that. I've been living like this all my life. It's okay, right? Do the same people do what? They say what, man, y'all choose death over life.
Yep.
Right? You can feel this shit, bro.
It says, even as they came and what they should observe to avoid judgment, punishment.
Right. You have the prophets, you have the men of the Lord, the teachers teaching you the correct way to live so that you avoid punishment. You have men who, it was a blessing for you to have that man in your life. And then over time, what you do, you just, just the demons just revved up on you and riled up. And then what you done did, done left them, or you done did this to them, done did that to them. You're going to be put to death. That was a blessing that's put in your life, and you forsook that. So you forsook the hedge of Yahweh Shema Shai. You forsook that shield, that covering. Then you just bugged out, and you are made. And to say some that are made, you are a brute beast made to be taken. You are made to die. Those who transgress and go against the will of Yahweh Shema Shai.
I got another one after this.
Yeah, we just want to get back into the point of the article too.
Okay. All right.
Yes, son.
I'm back. I'm still in the second address. I'm not gonna get this.
Yeah. Oh, you got more?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
One more verse.
Okay.
It says, nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him and imagined vain things.
And that's what you did. You weren't obedient. Meaning what? You didn't listen. What they say, I do bad on my own. You damn right. You gonna do bad on your own. Do they say the Lord know my heart? Yeah, he know your heart wicked as hell, and he know just what to do to your wicked ass when the time period come, and that's put your goofy ass to death. That's what he gonna do. He say, speak against him, imagine vain thing. You speak against him, right? Man, you just a man. The Lord know my heart. Luke 10:16 say, he that despises you despises me, and he that heareth you also heareth me. So if you're not listening to the man of the Lord that's speaking to you, that means you ain't trying to listen to Yahweh Shema Shai, meaning what? You're going to be put to death for disobedience. And like saying the imagine vain things. Oh, he think he just a nigga, look at him. Chicken eating nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know how they be, y'all ain't nothing wear bad towels and mad and angry all the goddamn time. Yeah, guess what? You imagine vain things, guess what? For you think that you're going to be saved or protected in that day is a vain thing. Death and destruction is coming to you.
And that was it on that.
That was it on that? Okay. You said you had a precept or something?
You go back to the article.
Oh, okay. Well, as a matter of fact, so going back to that. So, yeah, this is this war, Salaki, said way back. This war, it's going to happen. So it ain't no, they're just playing and, they're just talking stuff and everything. Shake hands and be okay. No, this is, like I said, this is part of the prophecy. It's going to happen. This is Joel chapter 3. I'm going to start at verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, right? Proclaim it. So listen, extra, read all about it. Hear it. They say, prepare war. And they say, maybe we'll go to war. No, it say prepare war. If you in the NLT, it say to the nations, right? You nations, you heathens. And we're going to say it to you 2/3 too. Because some of you niggas gonna, side with Esau, either when they military and all this, that. Well, yeah, we can't wait to go to war. You a Gentile anyway. You was considered a heathen anyway in the Gentile state of mind, right? It say to the nations far and wide, get ready for war. Call out your best warrior. They say what? Get ready for war. They say the time, we may possibly go to war. No, get ready. That's what's gonna happen. Prepare. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. It say what? Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears, right? It ain't the time for you to be out there, building a shed or some shit, I'm gonna build a house. You know what I'm saying? Down there tilling the ground and tilling the field. I'm gonna be a farmer. No, nigga, it's time, man. Turn them plowshares into swords. No, nigga, it's time to fight. The hell you mean you just chilling? You know what I'm saying? No, it's time to fight. Like the fools, whatever it is over there in Ukraine, whatever. Some, left-handed stuff going on there, but it was niggas out there was farming. They said, nah, nigga, you put that, they said, from 18 to 60, come out here and fight. Hell, you think you is sitting in the backyard with your legs popped up drinking a Michelob. No, nigga, so you got your rakes and shit and raking up leaves. No, it's time to fight. So that's the spirit that's going to be put on the people. Not the spirit to be relaxed and kick back and just living a good life. And no, it's time to fight. They say what? Let the weak say I am strong. And who was the weak? These weaker nations at a point in time when they didn't have the weapons. They didn't have the allies as these superpowers. Now a lot of these weaker nations have what? Aligned with superpowers. Right? Just like Iran in a sense. Right? Who they allies? Russia, China, South Korea, they're the BRICS, all the people who gonna align with Russia, I guarantee they not gonna, talk shit against them. We know how it's all gonna play out. But the main ones is who? You got China, Russia, then you got China backing them and this and that. We strong now. And we can create our own warheads. Then the people got so stupid. It's like, well, y'all worried about them creating warheads. Can they not just buy them? Which we know they got some nuclear warheads over there. Like, come on now, we not just buy them, But going on the point, yeah, like a lot of these nations ain't scared no more. Hey, push the goddamn button. You do it, and we got it too. You know what I'm saying? So man, they ain't got these weapons, for no reason. It's a verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves round about. Right? Assemble yourselves. Right? Get ready for battle. Battle formations. Right? The war drums is beating. Beat them shields. What they say on 300, earn these shields, boys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, get ready to fight. So the hell about to happen? It say, thither cause thy mighty ones to come down. Oh, Yahweh Shema Shah, because why? The angels gonna get involved too. Right? It say Yahweh Shah gonna crack them clouds, and all the hosts of heaven gonna come with him. The hosts of heaven gonna come. Who is that? That's the angels. So they gonna come with Yahweh Shah when he pull up and he desecrate all these nations who come to fight. Right? Because it say what? Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. Right? The valley of what? Yahweh Shaphat, meaning what? Yahweh's judgment was what? In the Middle East. That's where all these nations going to be assembled to have this great battle. For there will I sit to judge the heathen round about. Right? It say, put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Right? The people, these nations, this world is ripe for the taking. It's ripe to be taken down. It's time for it to be done away with. Scraped up, so to speak. Come get you down, for the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Right? And the Lord said that this place, Babylon the Great primarily spoke as like a wine press, but when he come over there, man, he gonna stump y'all ass out over there in the Middle East too. Right? Because why? For their wickedness is great, right? Because the earth against the hand of the wicked, that's the vibration of what the world's been living by. Right? So ultimately what it's telling me, these nations, these kings, so to speak, are ripe for the taking. That's when the Lord came back, he had gonna have, symbolically, the crowns of these kings, gonna be crowned king of kings. And, they say on his head has with many crowns. Yeah, he gonna come, and destroy them. Verse 14, multitudes, and what? In the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh Shema Shai is near in the valley of decision. When that day come, hey, all bets are off. Everybody gonna be all the people gonna be destroyed. All them nations gonna be destroyed. Ain't nobody gonna be able to step to Yahweh Shai and the holy angels. Even like Yahweh Shai come himself, can't nobody do nothing with him. Right? But you got these niggas talking about, oh, they shot down UFOs and all this and that. Madness. No, but that's that pride of these people. Give you a sense of, we got a chance. You have no chance when that time period comes. So yeah, that's why it's best to pay attention to what's going on in the Middle East, because that's where the main battle gonna happen. You got something?
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
All right, this is Jeremiah 50 and 28. It says, the voice of them that flee and escaped out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord, our power, the vengeance of his temple. Right? So that's the hopeful lake, spiritually coming out of this place, all right? Not physically, going, wherever. People be saying we gotta leave this country, but nah, it's talking about spiritually, all right? We're not mentally with these people, all right? We don't think on their how would I say, like, vibration, all right?
Mm-hmm. Then ultimately it was going to be an actual physical departure. Why? When the chariots come and beamed up the elect.
Okay. All right. So verse 28, the voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord, our power, the vengeance of his temple. All right, so yeah, we're declaring we're declaring to our people Israel. You know, Zion is a people before it's a place. All right, so we're declaring the vengeance of the Lord. All right, we're saying things like America's going to get destroyed. All right, we're saying that America is going to go to war with Russia and other countries like Iran, India, things like that. All right. Verse 29 says, "Call together the archers against Babylon. All ye that bend the bow camp against it round about." All right, so call together the archers against Babylon. Russia, India, Iran. All right.
Really, everybody.
Yeah, kind
They come, everybody go turn against America.
of.
Even his own allies, even his own people in that day.
Yep. Says, "All ye that bend the bow," and that bow going into them silos, because that's what holds the missiles. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Says, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, and according to all that she hath done unto her. For she hath been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Right, so, hey, America, has been rape, robbing, and murdering, first off, Israel, all right, and then these other nations, all right? So it's just been a whole bunch of wickedness all around the earth, all right?
Just the ultimate niggas, period.
Yep. So that's why they got to get. That's why these missiles is coming towards them. All right. It says, "Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day," said the Lord. Right. So yeah, America's military, they gonna get destroyed. All right. By these other nations and by Yahweh Shai and the angels. All right. It says, "Behold, I am against thee. Yeah, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud," said the Lord. All right, which is Esau, Edom. All right, the Lord, said the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai of hosts, "For the day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up, and I will kindle a fire in his cities, and I shall devour all round about him." Right, so yeah, America basically is gonna get evaporated.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was it on that.
But like you're saying, like, of course, definitely America, Babylon Great is that, that great antagonist that's going to definitely get the full brunt of it. But like, as we read in this article, like I said, they not the only people that's going to be at war. That's why these other nations going to be involved as well. Now, one thing about, actually, I got to go Jeremiah 49. One thing about this article is what? It speaks about Israel, right? And who always comes to the beck and call of them, right? Because if they was the true people, they wouldn't have to beck and call nobody to come help. They have they have the spiritual power to be able to fight off anybody that Yahweh Shai gave them. But obviously they don't. You know what I'm saying? Because they are not the people, right? But what they are going to do is they going to what? Drag, these other nations in, Babylon the Great and their allies in. They're going to be the ones who drag them into war, right? And this is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh Shem Shai, that he have taken against Edom." These are the plans that Yahweh Shem Shai have taken against Edom, and his purposes that he had purpose against the inhabitants of Teman, right? Which it all, the Temanites go into who, like the Germans, Russians, pretty much the smart Edomites, so to speak, right? Which they've been divided up into various places on earth, But ultimately, what Teman is what a descendant of Esau. So again, this is the purpose against the Edomites. It's a, because then people be saying, "Oh, it's about Esau," but then now like it's Esau, Edom. Edom is is his people, right? They say the people took Teman, right? It say, now here's the point. It say, "Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out," and the least of the flock is those gutter rats over there, those small hat, the wall humping 1948ers over there. That's the least of the flock shall draw them out. And what they gonna do? They gonna draw out these other. Ultimately, they gonna draw these other nations to what? Come to their beck and call, and then ultimately what's going to end up happening is they're going to be destroyed. He says, "Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them." So at the end of the day, when they do draw y'all out to fight these other nations and, till they beg, till they for their wills, for their protection, and they pseudo Lord shows the people help us. They gonna draw you out to fight, then guess what? Y'all gonna be drawn out to fight against Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Through. They through. And that's what's gonna happen. So like I said again, pay attention to the Middle East, because that's where where it's gonna pop off at. Did you guys know? No. We'll finish it with this. Revelation chapter 11, verse 14. So it say what? The second war was passed, right? So the second war done passed. World War II had done passed. What was that from? I mean, officially, I know it started like 1938, 39, when Germany invaded Poland, but 41 to 45, whatever. From that 38 era to 45, unofficially. But that was when World War II came to pass. It say what? So, and they would say, behold, the third will come quickly. When was World War III ever fought? Right? No one can tell you, because why? It's going. And then you got people saying, it'll never be nothing like that, because these weapons will blow the world up. Oh, look, 444. Brakta Yahabashua Shai. These weapons will blow the whole world up 7 times over, and this and that. And that sounds rational. That sounds logical, but it's just not going to happen, because it's a part. That's not the Lord's purpose to what? Keep Esau, Edom, and the rest of these nations above his people, running this world in wickedness. That's not part of his plan. Part of his plan is to destroy y'all and to restore us to our rightful ownership and rulership of the world. Right? So what's going to happen with him doing that? Hey, he going to bring forth that third world war. Again, they say that the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And as you see in these things like this, with these tensions brewing up, these nations buying weapons, building weapons, making alliances to do this and do that, that's all what? Leading up to what? World War III. So, hey, at the end of the day, whether you believe it or not, hey, we believe to the spirit power Yahweh Shema Shai and his words, what he say. So if it say that the third war coming quickly, World War III coming quickly, damn it, that's what's going to come to pass. And we don't care if you like it or not, But ultimately, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to sincere Akim while Akwatfim out there listening. We want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash, the bottom to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that pushes great gospel and sincerity and truth. Shalom, Yasha Allah, Abai, Babal.